Baseball on 960 AM The Zone. The back-to-back Pioneer League champions have teamed up with the #1 sports station in Utah County. A match made in sports heaven. Catch the Owls all season long on 960 AM The Zone. Pre-game starts at 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 4 p.m. on Sunday. For a complete game and broadcast schedule, just log on to owlsbaseball.com. Now let's go live to the stadium with Owls broadcaster Brandon Godden.
And yes, we are live. We're live on a Sunday afternoon, a 4:05 start here tonight, or I should say this afternoon, late this afternoon and into the early evening. Back here again tonight to face the Idaho Falls Chukars for game number 2 of this 3-game set. The Owls got the dramatic victory last night on the RBI single by Peter Bourjos with 2 men out and a runner at second and a 2-strike count. And the Owls claimed a 2-1 victory. We'll try and do it here again tonight as we're tied now 8-4 atop the conference with the Idaho Falls Chukars. And we will see them 4 more times after this afternoon's game. 1 more here tomorrow at 7:05 before heading up to their place for a 3-game set. Right now, we're going to pause for the national anthem, and then we'll be back with a little more pregame, the starting lineups, and the first pitch. You're listening to Owls Baseball on 960 AM The Zone.
Thinking of adding that special touch to your yard? Something that will make a dramatic statement and add countless years of enjoyment? Then contact Awesome Waterfalls. Our craftsmen specialize in high-quality recreated rockwork and landscape designs of all shapes and sizes. While we're well known for our stunning waterfalls, we also remove pools, install vinyl and chain link fencing, sell topsoil, install sprinklers, and more, providing complete landscaping services for 20 years. Find out more at awesomewaterfalls.com.
Employers and employees are looking for the same thing, a good match. Idaho Employment Services provides qualified job applicants to businesses throughout the area. Our consultants match the best candidates to the best companies, saving both time and money. So whether you're looking for a great career or a great employee, call Idaho, the world's staffing leader. Find us in your yellow pages or give us a call at 801-764-9882. Idaho Employment Services. Chances are we already have the opening or the employee you're looking for.
Hi, this is Owlz broadcaster Brandon Godden. To get rid of our remaining commercial airtime, we are selling our final spots for as little as $15 a piece. For just $15, your company can reach everyone in Utah County on 960 AM. Call 377-BALL and ask for Media Relations to schedule your commercial airtime today. Or you can email radio@oremowlz.com. That's 377-BALL, 377-2255, or radio@oremowlz.com.
The national anthem just being sung here at the home of the Owls, and we're almost set for baseball. Great matchup today. Sean O'Sullivan hasn't had a decision yet on the season in this 2-game started, but gone 9 innings. Hasn't given up a 1 earned run. He struck out 10 and walked 1. That in 9 innings pitched and just 5 hits that he scattered across those 9 innings. Cribb, their starter, Josh Cribb, his first game in minor league baseball. He went 9-0 this year at Clemson University and made the College World Series with a 3.09 ERA, making the first team all ACC conference. In 87 and a third innings pitched, he had 83 strikeouts and just 26 walks. So a good starter there, obviously. Josh Cribb making his first professional start and expecting a lot out of him or the Idaho Falls Chukars. In case you missed it last night, with the Owls tied 1-1 at the bottom of the ninth, Ryan Mount at second base, and Peter Bourjos at the plate, and a 2-2 pitch getting ready to come. The 2-2 pitch coming. Hit into right field. It's going to get down. Mount around third. O.D. Gonzalez firing to the plate. We're going to have a play. The throw is wide, and Mount makes a great slide, and he's safe. And the Owls make it 2-1. Oh, my! The throw came up the line from O.D. Gonzalez in right field, and Ryan Mount did an incredible job of sweeping his body around the tag and sliding in, just catching the bottom of the plate with his left hand. And an RBI game-winning single by Peter Bourjos. No extra innings tonight. The Owls win it 2-1. And that was how it was called last night right here on 960 AM The Zone. The Owls getting the dramatic 2-1 victory and pulling even with Idaho Falls atop the Pioneer League South now, each at 8-4. And we are about ready for the first pitch as Sean O'Sullivan has completed his warm-up tosses, making his 3rd start of the season, 3rd professional start. He is obviously on the mound. His battery mate back behind the plate tonight. Scott Kanazik, third to first on the infield. P.J. Phillips, Ryan Mount, Abel Nieves, and Gronkowski at first. O'Sullivan's first pitch is a fastball right down the middle. Alvy Morel, the left fielder, leading off. Kurt Mertens behind him. Jace Turner. Luis Castillo cleaning up again. Joe Dickerson in left field batting fifth. Brennan Herrera, third base, batting sixth. Here comes the 0-1. Grounded to the right side, right at Gronkowski. He's going to take it himself, call off O'Sullivan, who is going over to cover. Wins the foot race to the bag, and there is quickly one away. Behind Herrera, O.D. Gonzalez, which I found out stands for Oscar D., but still haven't figured out his middle name. But the O is for Oscar. Oscar D. Gonzalez batting seventh for the Chukars. Eduardo Nunez, the shortstop in the eighth slot, and rounding out their order, a new catcher tonight, getting his third start of the season, Ross Boudreaux. First pitch coming to Kurt Mertens is a fastball from O'Sullivan that misses outside. 1-0. So far, O'Sullivan looked very sharp on the season. Again, 9 innings pitched in his first two starts, scattering just 5 hits. 1 run has crossed the plate while he's been on the mound, but it was unearned. Struck out 10 and 1 walk. Here comes his 1-0. That one misses outside to the right-hander Mertens. 2-0 the count. And Mertens, this just being his third game on the season with the Chukars, he's off to a very hot start. 4 for 5 the first game, 3 for 4 last night, 7 for 8. And this one's hit into right field, and Rivera's giving chase. Is he going to get it towards the line? No, it gets under his glove and rolls all the way to the wall. And into second, making a turn for third, but holding him there is Kurt Mertens with a 1-out double. And Rivera, if he dove, maybe would have had it. He almost had it just running and standing up and bending over to get it, but it fell under his glove and went by him and rolled it from fair into foul territory down that right field line and allowed Mertens to trot around first and head to second. So the Chukars have something going here early on in the top of inning number 1. Now Jace Turner, left-handed batting DH. Stands pretty much on top of the plate with the left foot in the back of the box. Here comes the first pitch, grounded to right at Gronkowski. He'll take it himself. Mertens will advance to third, and there are 2 men out. So another ground ball to Gronkowski, 2 men away, and the batter will be Luis Castillo. And Castillo, the third place leader in the on-base percentage of the Pioneer League at .523. And gotten a lot of hits so far on the season, batting 410 RBIs and 9 walks. Leads the team in that category. Here comes the first pitch from O'Sullivan, a breaking ball that misses upstairs, a 1-0. O'Sullivan throws a great four-seamer with good movement. He'll stay from 88 to 92. And likes to throw a good hard slider. The 1-0 coming. That one's a little low, 2-0. Talking with Zeke Zimmerman, one thing he said about O'Sullivan is that he locates his pitches almost about as well as anybody that he has seen at this level in quite some time. He needs to locate a couple here with a runner at third. 2 men out, though, a 2-0 count on their cleanup hitter for the Chukars, Luis Castillo. A righty-righty matchup here. Castillo calls time. Now he's back in, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. Inside, 3-0. Joe Dickerson is on deck, the 5th hitter in the Chukar order. It's a bright and sunny day. Wind blowing a little bit out to left as the 3-0 pitch is coming, and that one misses outside. He walked him on 4 straight. Castillo takes a trot down to first, and Dickerson will be the batter. Wind blowing a little bit out to left, but not nearly as hard as it was blowing yesterday. And that wind helped Ryan Mount tie this game at the bottom of the 7th last night with a solo shot over the left center field wall that at first didn't even look like it had a chance, but it got up in that wind and crept over the Barber Brothers sign out there in left center. So now the runners are at the corners. There's 2 men out. And the center fielder, Joe Dickerson, the batter. O'Sullivan from the wind, or from the stretch, I should say, in the pitch. Good breaking ball. There's the slider. 0-1 the count. Dickerson, 13 for 38, 342 on the season so far. Has struck out 6 times. And batting, left-handed. Here comes the 0-1. This one's hit to left field. Coming in is Pettit. Is he going to have it? Yes. Charging about 5 or 6 steps and making the play right at the chest is Chris Pettit getting the start today in left field. So the Chukars threaten, but they leave them at the corners. We're going to the bottom of the first. Idaho Falls 0. Your Orem Club coming to bat. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Advanced Dental Care is your center of cosmetic and laser dentistry. Advanced Dental Care is where Doctors Michael and David Bennett specialize in the latest state-of-the-art procedures. With single-visit crown restoration, tooth-colored fillings, and the new Zoom 2 teeth whitening system, they bring tomorrow's dentistry today. Call for your appointment today at 375-1414.
Doctors Michael and David Bennett are the official team dentists and proud sponsors of Owlz Baseball.
In baseball, the American dream is to make it to the big show and become a pro. Another American dream is to become a homeowner. It's easy. Give the pros at American Dream Mortgage a call. Whether it's your first home or just moving up to fit the family, American Dream Mortgage can get you into the game. Ask about debt consolidation plans, great rates, and low closing costs. Step up to the plate and call American Dream Mortgage at 227-5061. That's 227-5061. Hit a home run and start living the American dream.
Barber Brothers Mitsubishi in Orem offers the finest new and pre-owned vehicles at unbeatable prices. If you want to roam over the Wasatch Front with power and style, you can choose from the Outlander, Montero, or the Endeavor, 3 sporty and roomy SUVs. Or how about a convertible for the hot Orem summer? The new 2006 Eclipse Spider is the top of the heap in style, class, and luxury. To get away from the ordinary, stop by and at least test drive a Barber Brothers Mitsubishi today. Barber Brothers, West University in Orem.
Here we go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the second half of Lahasi and Import's starting lineup. Of course, Josh Cribb on the hill, throwing to Ross Bourjos, the catcher for the Idaho Falls Chukars. First pitch coming to leadoff hitter Ryan Mount as a called strike 0-1. In their outfield from left to right, Alvy Morrell, Joe Dickerson in center, O.D. Gonzalez. In right, here comes the 0-1. This one's hit to left field. Alvy Morrell chasing it towards the line and makes a good running catch. Just on the edge of the track out there. A nice line drive hit to the opposite field for Ryan Mount, but put away by the speedy Alvy Morrell out in left, so one man down. On the infield, third to first, Brennan Herrera, Eduardo Nunez, and Kurt Mertens up the middle. Luis Castillo at first base. And now Abel Nieves standing in there. He's the second batter. Takes that one low, 1-0. Scott Kanazik back catching. DH last night, catching again tonight and batting in the third slot. Luis Rivera fourth. The 1-0 fouled back to the screen, 1-1. Tyler Johnson, the DH after sitting out a couple of games. He's back in there in the fifth slot. DJ Phillips, Gordy Gronkowski, Chris Pettit, and Peter Bourjos. Becoming very comfortable in that 9 slot is back there again. Since moving to the 9th slot, he is just on an absolute tear, and he has increased his average from 211 up to 354. 17 hits, which is second in the entire league. 1-2 coming to Nieves. Fastball misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first on a beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon. And the 2-2 coming. This one's grounded to third. Herrera up, across, and in time as Castillo gloves it at first. 5-3, on the putout. Nieves is retired, and the batter will be Scott Kanazik. Those starting lineups, as always, Lahasi Imports, your one-stop shop for furniture. Visit them at 858 South State Street, right here in Orem. They custom build, and they do anything you want. From dining room sets to TV centers, they've got it all. LahasiIntoImports.com. First pitch coming to Kanazik, called strike over the outside corner. And be sure to mention this ad for a special discount when you go into that store at 858 South State. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. Another good fastball, 0-2. And Cribb working quickly here on the bottom of the first. He gets set. Going from the line. And the pitch, that's a called strike 3. 3 fastballs in the same location over the outside part of the plate. Kanazik watched every one of them, and he goes and sits down looking. Cribb recording his first strikeout of his professional career, and we're scoreless after 1. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Phone Directories Company is proud to be the official phone directory of the Orem Owls. We cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our phone book has everything you need, from menu guides, money-saving coupons, area maps, recreation information, and our new audio information line. Let us make the difference in your business. Advertise today. Phone Directories Company, great people, great books, great results. For advertising info, call 1-866-58-GO-PDC.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Owlz baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store. A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Get every day off to a great start with the Daily Herald, Utah County's #1 newspaper. The Herald has you covered in every area, from local to world news and sports to classified. The Daily Herald has the most comprehensive and in-depth newspaper around. And of course, in addition to receiving the paper right to your door, you can also visit the Daily Herald online at hearttheherald.com. The Daily Herald, your town, your neighbors, your newspaper.
Herrera, Gonzalez, and Nunez. Bourjos, the ninth hitter, will bat fourth in the inning should anybody reach for the Idaho Falls Chukars. And as we speak, I'm going to get online and Google Chukars. I told you I would last night, but I lied. I want to find out more about this mysterious bird. Sean O'Sullivan throwing the first pitch here in the top of the second, and there's that good slider. Breaking right across the plate and at the knees. Strike #1 on Herrera. The third baseman, who is 257 on the season. The 0-1 pitch fouled back to the screen off the inside handle, 0-2. Arredondo, Felipe Arredondo, number 34 for the Owls, having a good start to the season, actually taught Sean O'Sullivan out on the mound how to throw a two-seam fastball. O'Sullivan said he wanted to learn. Arredondo throws it very well. As the 0-2 coming, Herrera almost went around. And indeed, they're going to say he did. Checking down with first base umpire Jason Bertzigan. They're going to say that he went around. And there's the first strikeout recorded on the evening for Sean O'Sullivan. And the batter will be O.D. Gonzalez with 1 out, nobody on. Getting back to the story, so Arredondo, who throws that two-seamer very well, showed O'Sullivan how to pitch it, and he has been using it to his advantage. This ground ball in the first pitch by Gonzalez is hit right at P.J. Phillips at third. He fires across the diamond to Gronkowski, and there are 2 away, and just like last night, moving right along.
The shortstop, number 1.
And so Zeke Zimmerman, the pitching coach, actually, it was much to his chagrin that Arredondo taught O'Sullivan the two-seamer because he throws the four-seamer so well. As the pitch coming to Nunez. Slider misses upstairs, 1-0. And then Zeke advised O'Sullivan not to use it in the first start, but he used it several times, and the pitch just looked beautiful, and he got 3 strikeouts on it as the 1-0 is coming. That one catches the outside corner, 1-1. And so when O'Sullivan and Zeke were talking after that first start, and Zeke said, well, O'Sullivan, I guess you can use that two-seamer that Arredondo taught you, and he's been throwing it ever since. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Nunez, the shortstop, in the hole. 1-2 with 2 men out here in the top of inning number 2. A right-hander stands back in the box. A pretty big open stance. Here comes the 1-2. This one's hit hard, but right at P.J. Phillips at third on one hop. He fires over to Gronkowski. 1, 2, 3, 1.5. We're scoreless. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Hey, Owlz fans. Dave Adams Classic Auto Repair is the premier collision repair specialist in Utah County. They have 3 locations, 1 in Lehigh, 2 in Orem. Any accident, fender bender, paint, or body work to be done, Dave Adams is the place to do it. Dave Adams is donating a car to charity. Go by any Dave Adams location or stop by the Booster Club booth at any Owlz home game before August 15th for details. Dave Adams Classic Auto Repair wishes the Orem Owlz good luck, and go Owlz!
Oh, what a
Looking to get in shape for cheap? Look no further than Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Located on South Main, Dumbbells Gym offers monthly memberships for just $20. And if you sign up for 6 months, that price drops to just $10 a month. Nobody along the Wasatch Front can match these unbeatable prices. And this isn't some corporate workout place. It's a local, family-owned gym with no contracts or gimmicks whatsoever. Call Dumbbells Gym today at 465-5633 or log on to dumbbellsgym.com for more information.
Today, more and more people are insuring their homes with us through Auto Owners Insurance. We'll provide low-cost, quality protection, claim service that is second to none. And if you insure both your home and car through Auto Owners Insurance, you'll qualify for additional premium discounts.
For a free comparison, contact Bailing Insurance Agency, located on the corner of Utah Avenue and Main Street in Payson. That's Bailing Insurance Agency, Payson's hometown agency for over 30 years.
To the bottom of the second. All zeros so far. Josh Cribb and Sean O'Sullivan. The pitchers trading zeros. Here comes the first pitch of the bottom of the second to Luis Rivera. From Cribb, that fastball misses outside, 1-0. Rivera, the right fielder, batting again in the cleanup spot tonight. He misses on a 1-0 fastball. Count even now at 1-1. Getting in that cleanup spot since Julio Perez has gone down with a broken wrist. 1-1. He went around 1-2. And he's 11 for 41, 268. He has struck out 14 times, which is third on the team, but he is also tied for the team lead in home runs with 2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one's outside, 2-2. Reminder, the University of Phoenix trivia question today in the 7th inning. You can call in and answer that one. That one's fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again at 2-2. We're going to give the question the top of the 7th, and you can call in at 801-310-9932 and be the first to answer and win 2 free ticket vouchers, good for any Owlz home game. Fastball inside, full count now to Rivera to start off the bottom of the 2nd. So look for that coming up in the 7th inning. Here comes the full count pitch, grounded to the left side. Nunez, the shortstop, backhands it in the hole and fires across the diamond and gets Rivera. Good play by Nunez. There's out number 1, 6-3. On the putout. I'm on Wikipedia looking at a chucker. Pretty ugly bird, I gotta be honest. Holy jeez. The chucker is a Eurasian upland game bird in the pheasant family. Oh, my dad hunts pheasants up in South Dakota. Here comes the pitch to Tyler Johnson. Great breaking ball. Cribb has a good slider. He threw one there. Johnson was fooled, 0-1. Another slider that Johnson this time swings at and fouls off, 0-2. A reminder, we got to get our station ID, and you're listening to Orem Owlz Baseball on AM 960 KOVO Provo. A fastball thrown here that Johnson barely nicks and gets back to the screen, 0-2. Johnson was out last night and the night before up in Ogden, but getting back in the lineup today in the DH spot and not getting off to a good start. He swings at an 0-2 fastball at the letters and comes up empty. Second strikeout for Cribb through five batters, and there are 2 men out. Nobody on. And B.J. Phillips batting from the right side, 10 for 41, 244 for Phillips so far this season for the boy from Atlanta, Georgia. He and Ryan Mount last year both taken in the 2nd round of the 2005 draft. The 0-1 pitch coming to him. This one's fouled back to the screen, 0-2, and Cribb is just firing strike after strike. Told you his incredible record at Clemson, 9-0, where he was this past season first team All-ACC. 0-2 coming, swing and a miss, and I'll have to wait till next inning to tell you more about Cribb's college credentials. But we've played 2. 1, 2, 3 go the Owls. We're scoreless, 960 AM The Zone.
Are you planning on entertaining in your home? Do you find yourself crossing your fingers that just this once your sink will drain and your toilet won't act up? Well, uncross those fingers and call Healy Plumbing. Since 1978, we've specialized in residential and commercial drain cleaning, hot water heaters, and sewer cameras for thorough inspections. We even install water softeners. So call Healy Plumbing today at 798-3513 and watch your trouble go down the drain. Healy Plumbing, proud sponsor of your Orem Owls.
In baseball, it takes a line drive straight up the middle to bring the runner home. If your car is having trouble driving a straight line or difficulty bringing you home, call Jack's Tire and Oil. They specialize in wheel alignments, balancing tires, oil changes, lube jobs, tune-ups, and more. To schedule an appointment, call 225-7207. Their 50-plus years in business means you're guaranteed old-fashioned service with a smile. That's Jack's Tire and Oil on North State Street in Orem.
And catch your favorite minor league team on the web at MILB.com, where it's fun to be a fan. Get in the game and get live scores, news, standings, schedules, tickets, and more. And suit up in team gear from the MILB Shop, the official online shop of minor league baseball. Join the millions of fans who just can't get enough of the game at MILB.com. There's nothing minor about it. It's where minor league baseball is always on.
Coming at you, Brandon Gaudin joining you live on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. A light breeze blowing out to left and a sunny blue sky up above us here, the home of the Owls. And kind of a sparse crowd here at the ballpark on Sunday as the first pitch is coming in to Ross Boudreaux. Outside from O'Sullivan, he missed with a slider 1-0. Sunday games not as heavily attended here at the home of the Owls, but a decent crowd on hand. Cheering on these Owls, these first-place Owls. This one's grounded to the left side. P.J. Phillips has it, firing across in time. That ball was hit actually more towards Ryan Mount, but P.J. Phillips, since it was hit slowly, scooting over to his left and grabbing it before it got to Ryan and throwing across the diamond in time. Boudreaux's retired. Already the third put-out, and the third put-out in a row for P.J. Phillips over there at third base. One man out, nobody on. Alvy Morel. Batting left-handed. Here comes the first pitch to him. That's a fastball right down the middle, 0-1. Morel enters his fourth professional season here. Last year, this is his first season in Idaho Falls. Last year with the Arizona Rookie Royals, he batted .313 with 23 RBIs and 15 stolen bases. Scored it foul down the left side, 0-2. And in 2003 and 2004, he played in the Dominican Summer League, where you see so many of these players get their start. Just an increasing amount of players coming from down south in the Dominican. O'Sullivan ready, the wind and the 0-2. This one's hit into center on a line. It's going to get down in front of Bourjos out there and drop for a base hit. And that is the second hit of the ball game on either side. Problem is the Owls haven't had either of them. A double for Mertens and now a single for Morel. He stands at first base with one man out, and the batter will be Mertens, who had the game's only other hit back in the first inning with a double. O'Sullivan glares over his shoulder at Morel, and now he's going to toss over there. Nothing doing. Gronkowski applying the tag, but late. Morel is a speedy guy. So far on the season, he has one stolen base. He's also been caught stealing once. This one's hit into right field. Coming in is Rivera, but it's going to drop in front of him. Making the turn, but holding at second is Morel, and the runners are at first and second. And the Chukars have a little something going here in the top of the third. 2 men on, 1 man out, and the batter's Jace Turner. Turner, batting from the left side, one of the few Chukars that is struggling offensively this season. Just 6 for 36, 167 for Jace Turner. He has had a pair of doubles, just 1 RBI. Wasn't in the lineup last night, but is here tonight batting third. He does have good pop in his bat. First pitch coming. Slider, inside corner, called strike, 0-1. Morel and Mertens lead off first and second. Sullivan comes set. Ball in the mid. Here comes the 0-1. That one misses outside with a fastball. 1-1 now to Jace Turner. Turner from Oakland, California, played for Idaho Falls last year, 6'3", 215 in 2005 last year, the 27th round pick, and went straight to Idaho Falls. That was his first year. This is his second year with the club, as the 1-1 is a called strike over the inside corner, 1-2. He led last year's squad in home runs with 12 and finished second with 44 RBIs. And that 12 home run mark tied him for fourth in the entire Pioneer League. So as I said, good pop at his bat. The 1-2 from O'Sullivan fouled, a long foul ball, but way foul down the left side, and it'll get on to the grassy berm. His grandfather, Jesse Gonder, the grandfather of this batter, Jace Turner, had an 8-year big league career with the Yankees, Reds, Mets, Braves, and Pirates. Got bounced around quite a bit, but his grandfather on his mother's side getting 8 years in the bigs. O'Sullivan coming set. And coming over to the plate now with a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch. And he gets Turner to go down swinging. That's the second strikeout of the game for O'Sullivan. And now there are 2 men out. And the batter will be Luis Castillo. The dangerous Castillo batting .400 with 10 RBIs already. This just being the 13th game on the Pioneer League season. And a righty-righty matchup here, number 32, Luis Castillo. The first pitch coming to him. He hits it hard to left field. Chris Pettit's going to have to play it on a hop. The runner's going to come in. We're going to have a play at the plate, but the throw is wide by Pettit. And the Chukars have a 1-0 lead on an RBI single by Luis Castillo. And 3 singles, all line drive hits. 1 up the middle, 1 to right, and now 1 to left. Have given the Idaho Falls Chukars a 1-0 lead here off Sean O'Sullivan. The first earned run off O'Sullivan so far in his professional career, this being his 12th inning of work and his 3rd start. So someone has scratched the board in this inning, not going as quickly as the previous ones. Grounded right to Gronkowski, but foul. Just right of the bag, almost fair off the bat of Joe Dickerson, 0-1. Dickerson flew out to left to end the first inning. Dickerson from Yorba Linda, California. 4th round pick last year, very high pick of 2005, 6'1", 190. And last year with the Arizona Royals, 4 home runs, 40 RBIs, 294, and now moved up here to Idaho Falls for the 2006 campaign. Butters lead off first and second. O'Sullivan firing the 0-1 that's hit hard to right field but foul. Nearly home run distance, hitting the warning track and bouncing in foul territory. Luis Rivera had no play on it because it was scorched on a line. So an 0-2 count. And O'Sullivan trying to get out of this one without any more damage done. Brendan Herrera would be the batter on deck. Tenazic gives O'Sullivan the sign. Here comes the 0-2. A little bit low and inside. 1-2. Jason Birdsey behind the plate. Alex Ortiz on the infield. We have seen these umpires for all but 3 of the games we've played. That 3-game setup in Casper is the only time that we have not worked with Ortiz and Birdsey. The 1-2 coming. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Off-speed pitch over the outside corner. Dickerson chased it. He's the 3rd strikeout victim of O'Sullivan. But there's a run on the board. It's on the side of the Chukars. 1-0 after 2.5. And you're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Jake Burns here for Utah Community Credit Union.
Jake, what are you doing?
Well, Deb, it's UCCU's 50th anniversary, and I want to let people know we're celebrating.
But when you're home, could you tone it down a little bit?
I can't tone down the excitement for UCCU's special rate on auto and home equity loans.
I know you're excited.
Did you know that UCCU is offering a fixed-rate auto loan as low as 5.95%?
Yes, it's just for while we're eating.
Or a fixed home equity loan also as low as 5.95%?
Can't we eat dinner without all this?
loans as low as 5.95%, and no closing fees. Deb, no fees.
But didn't you...
But you have to act now. Rates are going up July 1st.
Jake, where are you going?
I'm calling UCCU right now to lock in this fabulous rate.
But didn't you call them this morning and last night?
Baby.
Give Utah Community Credit Union a call right now at 223-8188 to sign up and lock in this special low rate. That's 223-8188. Available on approved credit. Equal housing lender, member NCUA. If you live, work, or attend school in Utah, Wasatch, or Juab County, you can join Utah Community Credit Union. What does it mean to you?
When it comes to firearms, Bearing Arms is your right. Gun safety is your responsibility. Never fire rounds into the air for any occasion. Store your firearms out of the reach of children, and always use trigger locking devices and gun safes. A community service reminder from Sportsman's Warehouse, where they offer a complete line of quality hunting, fishing, and camping supplies. Visit them on South University Avenue in Provo, or see them online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter.
First pitch to Gordy Gronkowski to lead off the bottom of the third is a fastball low and in. Here comes the 1-0. That one caught the corner. 1-1 to Gronkowski, who has been hot of late. 3 hits last night and three hits the night prior. That one's outside. 2-1 to Gordy. Telling you about Cribb last inning, who worked so quickly that we couldn't finish giving his stats from Clemson in the years prior. That one's fouled back by Gronkowski. Count now at 2-2. Amidst being a perfect 9-0 at Clemson this year, he was named first team All-ACC, second team All-America by Collegiate Baseball, and that's fouled. 2-2, we'll do it again. And third team All-American by the American Baseball Coaches Association. The most impressive thing, maybe, though, that I have seen on this sheet, on their starter Cribb, is that he posted a perfect 13-0 record his senior year at high school with a 0.00 ERA. Gronkowski skies this a mile high to right center field. Who wants it? Gonzalez, Dickerson, Mertens converge, and the right fielder, O.D. Gonzalez, squeezes it for out number 1, and the Owls have sent 7 men to the plate against Josh Cribb. We struck out 3 times, grounded out twice, and popped out twice. And the batter will be the left fielder, Chris Pettit, who a couple of nights ago in Ogden had a 2-run blast over the left field wall for his first homer of the season. First pitch coming to him, fouled back and over our heads, and that gets out of play, and a chance for Ty to give us the Glass Savers comic relief clip.
I like your nurse's uniform, guy.
These are OR scrubs.
Oh, are they?
The 0-1 coming to Pettit. Foul to the left side weakly and into the Owls bullpen. Backup catcher Ricky Bambino making a good play. 0-2. This comic relief clip brought to you by your friends at Glass Savers. You know where they are. They're in Linden. Go and see them for all your auto glass needs. 0-2 again fouled back. Missing on a Cribb fastball is Pettit. Peter Bourjos on deck, the center fielder, and then back up to the top of the order. Bourjos on the tear as of late in that 9th hole. Pettit on the season is 5 for 20. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit on a line, but right at the shortstop, Nunez, who fields it in the air, and there are 2 men out. Still, no offensive presence here yet for the Owls of Orem. Peter Bourjos, second in the entire Pioneer League in hits with 17, a .354 average. The one really thing that stands out, though, on his scorecard is that he struck out 17 times, leads the team in that category. First pitch swinging and grounding it to the second baseman, Merton. Over to first in time. Inning over, 1-2-3, and they're working really quickly. Chukars 1, Owls nothing, 9:60 a.m. the zone.
Dumbbells Gym, a locally owned workout facility in Payson with the cheapest prices along the Wasatch Front, has recently launched a new website, vitaminsfordummies.com. Vitaminsfordummies.com is home to over 10,000, yes, 10,000 health products and workout supplements at simply unbeatable prices, delivered right to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your home. That's Vitamins for Dummies, DUMMYS. Vitamins for Dummies, a product of Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Log on today.
Insure both your car and home with us through Auto Owners Insurance, and we'll save you money. That's right. With Auto Owners multiple policy discount, when you insure both your car, home, mobile home, or condominium, we'll save you time and money by consolidating all of your insurance needs with a no-problem company. Auto Owners Insurance.
For a free comparison, contact Western States Insurance Agency in Spanish Fork on Center Street across from City Park. Western States Insurance. Our customers are first class, just like our service. Find us in the yellow pages under insurance.
If the gang's coming over for the big game, they're going to be hungry. You better make sure you have plenty of great pizza on hand. You better stop by Nicole Italia Pizzeria. At Nicole Italia, every pizza is handmade with the finest and freshest ingredients. It's real East Coast style pizza, made from Italian family recipes handed down throughout the generations. Look for their money-saving coupons in the deck's yellow pages. Nicole Italia Pizza, the authentic taste of Italy, right here in Provo, at 2295 North University Parkway, next to Pudding on the Right.
Close the books on Sean O'Sullivan. He got pulled after 3 innings, just giving up the 1 run on 4 hits. And I thought he was probably going to go a few more innings than that, working 4 and 5 respectively in his last couple of starts. And his pitch count not high here tonight by any means. So I wonder if this may be some sort of an injury or a strain for Sean O'Sullivan. I'm not announcing that officially, but I don't know why he would have been taken out after 3 short innings here today. Anyways, coming into the game for him is the birthday boy. Number 7, Anthony Sullivan. His birthday today, born on this day, back in, what's the year here, 1984. That would make him, if I'm correct, 22 years old. 22-year-old Anthony Sullivan from Arlington, Massachusetts originally, played his college ball at St. John's in Jamaica, Queens. 6 foot, 200 pounds. He was a 19th round draft pick in last year's 2005 draft, and he is on here in relief of Sean O'Sullivan in inning number 4. The batters he will be facing on the side of the Chukars, Brennan Herrera, O.D. Gonzalez, and Eduardo Nunez, with the Owls trailing at 1-0. Sullivan ready. And his first pitch of the ball game is a fastball, but it misses outside. Here's your Chukar fact to the top of the 4th. Did you know that if you disturb a Chukar, it prefers to run rather than fly, as the bat flies out of the hand of Brennan Herrera and into the third base, above the third base dugout into the seats about 3 rows up. Hopefully everyone is okay, and it appears that no one got hit by that bat. Yeah, everyone's okay. It just went flying out of his hand. It wasn't a broken bat. It just completely slipped. He does have batting gloves on, which usually prevents that sort of thing, but he just lost it swinging at a Sullivan breaking ball. But he gets the lumber returned to him, and now it's a 1-1 count. From the wind and the pitch, and this one's hit up the middle, a hard base hit for Herrera on a line up to Bourjos in center. And another single, their 5th hit of the night. O.D. Gonzalez coming to the plate now with the runner at first. So yeah, that's your Chukar fact for the 4th. It prefers to run rather than fly if you disturb it. If necessary, though, it flies only a short distance on rounded wings. Bottom line is it's lazy and it's fat. Looks so fat here on this picture on Wikipedia. Checking the runner back to first is Sullivan. So from O'Sullivan to Sullivan here in this ball game. Each squad at 8-4, tying atop the Pioneer League South. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. Threw it by Gonzalez. O.D. is what he goes by. Real first name, Oscar. I don't know if I was named Oscar, if I'd want... Would you want people calling you Oscar? That's not that bad. The 0-1 checks it back to first. Nothing doing there. Trying to keep him close. Herrera, decent speed, has already stolen 3. Third on the team. As the second pitch coming high, 1-1. Third on the team with 3 stolen bases is Herrera. The Idaho Falls Chukars lead the entire league already with 18 stolen bases through 12 games and only been caught stealing twice. They like to run. Their skipper, Brian Rupp, in his 3rd season, sends them often. This one's fouled in foul territory to the right side. Gronkowski is there, has plenty of room, and puts it away. Nieves was there as well to make the catch, but it was Gronkowski squeezing it in foul territory to retire Gonzalez for the first out here in the 4th. Pop out the 3 on the old scorecard. If you're scoring with us, again, we thank you. And again, we have no idea what you're doing. But we appreciate you at least following along and tracking us. And the batter, Eduardo Nunez, the shortstop. 5 for 24 on the season. Grounded out to P.J. Phillips at third. Close play at first. On the check throw there by Sullivan, but diving back with his hand getting in front of Gronkowski's tag is Herrera. Looking in for a sign from Kanazik. And now calling time is Nunez and stepping out. Nunez, sports number 1 from San Sebastian, Puerto Rico. Actually started as a pitch out, and the runner was going to go, and they're going to throw down to first. Gronkowski applies the tag, and they got him. The runner was bluffing to go. He saw the pitch out. He tried to break back for first base. Scott Kanazik out of the crouch, firing down to Gronkowski. Gronkowski, who made a great swipe tag, and sweep Herrera off the base paths. A good call there by manager Tom Kochman to do the pitch out. And here comes the pitch from Sullivan now with the bases empty. That's a called strike. And a 1-1 count now on Nunez. O'Sullivan from the line. That one's low. Breaking ball misses. 2-1. Zeke Zimmerman says Sullivan, remember, not talking about O'Sullivan anymore. He's out of the ball game. Has the best changeup on the team, and you just saw it right there. And way out in front of it is Nunez. 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs at the top of the 4th. And he has 2 versions of the changeup. He has one that he kind of grabs like a palm ball. Here comes the 2-2. And another one where his index finger really comes into play. And that one's even slower than the other one. He misses outside with a 2-2. So now a 3-2 count. Here it comes. This changeup is belted towards short. Mount deep in the hole. Good play across the diamond in time to get Nunez inning over. So the leadoff single. But he gets picked off at first, nothing doing. We played 3.5. Owls trailing 1-0. You're listening to 960 The Zone.
When it comes to firearms, bearing arms is your right. Gun safety is your responsibility. Never fire rounds into the air for any occasion. Store your firearms out of the reach of children, and always use trigger locking devices and gun safes. A community service reminder from Sportsman's Warehouse, where they offer a complete line of quality hunting, fishing, and camping supplies. Visit them on South University Avenue in Provo, or see them online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter.
Dumbbells Gym, a locally owned workout facility in Payson with the cheapest prices along the Wasatch Front, has recently launched a new website, vitaminsfordummies.com. Vitaminsfordummies.com is home to over 10,000, yes, 10,000 health products and workout supplements at simply unbeatable prices, delivered right to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your home. That's Vitamins for Dummies, DUMMYS. Vitamins for Dummies, a product of Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Log on today.
Insure both your car and home with us through Auto Owners Insurance, and we'll save you money. That's right. With Auto Owners multiple policy discount, when you insure both your car, home, mobile home, or condominium, we'll save you time and money by consolidating all of your insurance needs with the no-problem company. Auto Owners Insurance.
For a free comparison, contact Western States Insurance Agency in Spanish Fork on Center Street across from City Park. Western States Insurance. Our customers are first class, just like our service. Find us in the yellow pages under insurance.
Let's do it.
Back to the top of the order here in the bottom of the 4th for the Orem Owls. Josh Cribb filed through the lineup his first time in the first 3 innings. This one's grounded to second, and it's going to be 10 in a row set down by Cribb. Mount is retired 4-3. On the put out here in the top of the 4th, 1 man out, nobody on. So he's now faced 10 batters and set them all down. No walks and 3 strikeouts for the former Clemson star. Abel Nieves, the second baseman, grounded out to third, his first time up to Herrera. Here comes the first pitch. Breaking ball, caught the outside corner, 0-1. Nieves 242 on the season so far. The 0-1, that one's right in there. Another good breaking ball, 0-2. And if we can get it in here, we'll try and give you the Pioneer League scoreboard update brought brought to you by Same Day Electric. But Cribb's working so quickly, I'm hesitant to even try it. Billings leading Great Falls in the third, 2-1. That one at Great Falls. Billings getting 2 in the top of the second. Called strike 3. Nieves is out of there. The crowd didn't like it. It was a slider that caught the outside corner, or supposedly caught the outside corner, according to Jason Birdsey behind the plate. At any rate, down goes Nieves, and there are 2 men out, nobody on. And Casper and Ogden all zeros in the bottom of the third, and Helen and Missoula just getting underway in Missoula. And Ogden had a big come-from-behind victory last night as the pitch is coming to Kanazik, the 0-1. He went around 0-2. He's down to his last strike. Ogden was trailing 6-2 last night to Casper before getting 4 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th to get a dramatic come-from-behind victory and win that 7-6 to stay 2 games back in the Pioneer League South. Kanazik calls time as Cribb goes into his windup. Trying to do anything to throw this guy off guard. He's hot. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Missed outside. Same Day Electric is proud to support Owlz baseball. They'll be sponsoring the Pioneer League scoreboard update all season long. They have skilled technicians that are professionally trained, background checked, and drug tested. Call them at 377-SAME or visit SameDayElectric.com today. Pop to the right side by Kanazik. The first baseman Castillo camps under it and squeezes it, and there we go. 12 up and 12 down so far for the Owls. Not looking good. The good news is the Chukars only have 1 run, though. So come back and join us as we go to the 5th. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Insure both your car and home with us through Auto Owners Insurance, and we'll save you money. That's right. With Auto Owners multiple policy discount, when you insure both your car, home, mobile home, or condominium, we'll save you time and money by consolidating all of your insurance needs with the no-problem company. Auto Owners Insurance.
For a free comparison, contact Western States Insurance Agency in Spanish Fork on Center Street across from City Park. Western States Insurance. Our customers are first class, just like our service. Find us in the yellow pages under insurance.
If the gang's coming over for the big game, they're going to be hungry. You better make sure you have plenty of great pizza on hand. You better stop by Nicole Italia Pizzeria. At Nicole Italia, every pizza is handmade with the finest and freshest ingredients. It's real East Coast style pizza, made from Italian family recipes handed down throughout the generations. Look for the money-saving coupons in the deck's yellow pages. Nicole Italia Pizza, the authentic taste of Italy, right here in Provo, at 2295 North University Parkway, next to Pudding on the Right.
Phone Directories Company is proud to be the official phone directory of the Orem Owls. We cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our phone book has everything you need, from menu guides, money-saving coupons, area maps, recreation information, and our new audio information line. Let us make the difference in your business. Advertise today. Phone Directories Company, great people, great books, great results. For advertising info, call 1-866-58-GO-PDC.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
Oh, as we come back to the 5th, we are working ever so quickly here on a Sunday afternoon in Orem, Utah, with the Chukars of Idaho Falls leading the Orem Owls 1-0. Time now for the Bank of American Fork transaction update before Anthony Sullivan starts working here. Bank of American Fork transaction update is all clear. Nobody going up or down from the Orem Owls, and this one is a first pitch bunt, but in the air and right to the pitcher, Sullivan. He didn't even have to move a step after coming off his release on the rubber, and he catches it, and down on a pop-out bunt goes Bourjos. 1 pitch, 1 out. And back to the top of the order for Avi Morel. So, the Bank of American Fork transaction update is all clear. First pitch coming to Morel. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Good fastball. Being a friend and partner to small businesses since 1913. How many years ago was that? That was quite a while. 93? Is that right, Ty? Yeah, 93. The 0-1 outside has given the Bank of American Fork the title of Utah's largest community bank and SBA lender. If you have $1 million idea, but you don't have $1 million to back it up, guess what? you can call the Bank of America Fork, and they can tell you what you guys can do together. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. A 1-2 count, and here comes the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. 1-2 now on Merrill, who singled in the third and came around and scored to score the game's only run. And then he grounded out back in the first inning to lead off the ball game. The 1-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. Good pitch by Sullivan. The birthday boy has recorded his first strikeout. Entering his 22nd year here on earth is Anthony Sullivan out on the mound. The guys joking around with him in the clubhouse before the game. Kurt Mertens, he is the only guy with 2 hits on either side. Well, the Owls don't have a hit, but Mertens has doubled and singled. First pitch to him is low and away. And I told you, this is only his 3rd game for Mertens on the season. 1-0 pitch coming, grounded to the second baseman Nieves, and right under his glove and into right center field. Should have ended the inning, but it will go on. Reaching on an air is Kurt Mertens, E4. Well, I was going to tell you about Mertens is that now with those 2 hits that he's had today, and now the reaching on an air, he is 10 out of his first 12 here for the Idaho Falls Chukars after joining this club just a couple of days ago. So the inning will continue on the air by Nieves, and Jace Turner, the DH, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, is in there now batting from the left side. Sullivan checks the runner and fires home. Another great changeup, 0-1. Jace was way out in front of it. Bottom of this inning, we'll give you the Sunday Major League Baseball scores from around the big leagues. As the 0-1 pitch coming, low, 1-1, or so often referred to in the minor leagues and amongst these players as the show. If you get up to the major league levels, you've made it to the show. Leading off first is Mertens. Here comes the 1-1 from Sullivan. Changeup misses high and gets by Kanazik. He squeezes it, but it pops out of his glove, and that's going to give Mertens a chance to advance into scoring position. And we've seen this so many times so far this season where the Owls will make an error, somehow the runner gets to second, and then the team will get a 2-out single, and been manufacturing unearned runs that way against this Orem club. That's mainly been what's given us our 4 losses. The 2-1 pitch coming home, fouled back and out of play and way out of the stadium. Ty, you know what to do.
I like your nurse's uniform, guy.
These are OR scrubs.
Oh, are they?
Yes, they are. This comic relief clip was brought to you by your friends at Glass Savers. Visit Glass Savers in Linden for all of your auto glass needs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Here in the top of inning number 5, and Mertens leading off second. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, foul back to the screen, 2-2. And we'll do it all over again right there with number 20, Jace Turner, at the plate. Turner from Oakland, California, 27th round draft pick in 2005 for the left-hander, 6'3", 215, a very good-sized kid. Huge legs, look like tree trunks. And he pops this one very high to the right side. Abel Nieves is under it. He calls for it. Waves off Rivera and Gronkowski, the right fielder and first baseman, and puts it away. So after making the error, Rivera makes the catch on the high pop fly to end the inning, and we're halfway home with the Owls trailing at 1-0. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Phone Directories Company is proud to be the official phone directory of the Orem Owls. We cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our phone book has everything you need, from menu guides, money-saving coupons, area maps, recreation information, and a new audio information line. Let us make the difference in your business. Advertise today. Phone Directories Company, great people, great books, great results. For advertising info, call 1-866-58-GO-PDC.
The United States Air Force salutes the athletes competing in today's game. They know in sports, like in life, you have to step up to the challenge to succeed. If you have high aspirations and want to be part of another champion team, join the United States Air Force. You'll receive training in a variety of fields and become part of an elite group of men and women dedicated to the service of this great country. Call 1-800-423-USAF or log on to airforce.com. The United States Air Force. Cross into the blue.
Hi, this is Owlz broadcaster Brandon Gaudin. To get rid of our remaining commercial airtime, we are selling our final spots for as little as $15 a piece. For just $15, your company can reach everyone in Utah County on 960 AM. Call 377-BALL and ask for Media Relations to schedule your commercial airtime today. Or you can email radio@oremowlz.com. That's 377-BALL, 377-2255, or radio@oremowlz.com.
If you're an Orem Owlz fan, there's a new pitcher out there for Idaho Falls as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Josh Cribb pitched 4 innings, gave up no hits, did not walk a man, and struck out 4. So now you're asking yourselves, well, Brandon, then why in the world did they take him out of the game after 4 innings? And that is because he has not pitched a game since June 2nd when he came off that season at Clemson. Although they went to the College World Series, he was their 3rd starter and did not pitch. They never got to him because they won the first 2 games of the Super Regional and he wasn't able to pitch. As the first ball coming here from the new hurler, Daniel Gutierrez, is inside to Luis Rivera, 1-0. So they wanted to break him in slowly here with his first professional start. Swinging and coming up empties, Rivera 1-1. I would say that Cribb no doubt set off a few fireworks here and probably going to get more than 4 innings next time. So he only faced 12 batters and set them all down on the side of the Orem Owlz. But Cribb can't even get the win for his efforts because you have to go 5 if you're a starter. So it'll just be a solid nothing for Josh Cribb tonight. And the 2-1 pitch coming to Rivera, foul to the right side and in the stands, but luckily it hit high up in the upper deck section, and nobody was there to be hit by the baseball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here at the bottom of inning number 5, and the Owls still searching for their first base runner. Gutierrez, also a right-hander, going from the wind, and the 2-2 pitch to the cleanup hitter Rivera is grounded up the middle. There we go. That's all we needed to do was get to their bullpen. Even if they did it for us, we'll take it. Luis Rivera, single up the middle. Gutierrez, a righty, 6'3", 180 from Moreno Valley, California, and played at Riverside City for his college ball. And Tyler Johnson struck out back in the second against Cribb. Will bat now against Gutierrez with a runner on and nobody out. In time for the Major League Baseball scoreboard update. The one National League game finishing out the series there in San Diego. San Francisco leading that one 6-2 as the first pitch comes to Johnson. This one's hit into left center field, but Joe Dickerson charging. Should have it and does. It was hit kind of on a line, but a weak, lazy little pop line drive out to left field, and Johnson is retired. 1 man out, 1 man on. And all the other games, interleague play. Atlanta, second victory in a row. Look out, 35-47 now on the year. They won 10-3 against Baltimore. Toronto lost against Philadelphia at home up north of the border, 11-6. Milwaukee lost to Minnesota 8-0, and Liriano went all 9 for the Twins. 6-4. Did they turn 3? No, that one's thrown way over the first baseman's head and into the 4th row. So grounding the ball up the middle was B.J. Phillips. Eduardo Nunez, the shortstop, did a good job of getting to it and flipping to the second baseman Mertens for 1. Luis Rivera was retired there, and then Mertens, you could see it from here. He did not have a good grip on the ball as he tried to barehand it to try and make the quick throw. Didn't have a good grip on it. He threw it literally about 20 feet over Castillo's head at first and into the 4th row. So advancing to second is B.J. Phillips, but now there are 2 men out. So call it a throwing error on Mertens, and a runner at second, and the batter's Gronkowski. Here comes the first pitch from Gutierrez. Low, missed with a curveball. 1-0. And looking at the rest of these scores, so Liriano went 9 and got the shutout for Minnesota. Florida losing to Boston 4-3. Down in the Sunshine State. As the pitch coming, the 0-1 is a called strike, 1-1. The Dodgers and the Angels, 4-0. The Angels blanked them today. The parent club for the Owls getting 2 in the 3rd and 2 in the 6th. And a good pitching job there by Lackey. Now 6-5 on the season. Tampa Bay losing to Washington in our nation's capital 6-2. As the 1-1 pitch is coming, and this one's hit to center field, but right at Dickerson. He battles the sun and puts it away. So the Owls get their first base runner, but they leave him there. We'll give you the rest of the Major League scores when we get back in the 6th with the Owls trailing 1-0. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
It's time to stop the new car madness. No need to buy a new one. Take care of the car you have. Bring it to AMCO today and get a transmission fluid change for a special price of $49.95. We'll also give you our external diagnostic service free. Love the car you're with. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
Participating centers only, not available for vehicles with internal transmission problems. External diagnostic service includes road test fluid and external control check. Additional charges may apply to determine costs of internal repair required. $49.95 most vehicles. Expires December 31st.
Advanced Dental Care is your center of cosmetic and laser dentistry. Advanced Dental Care is where Doctors Michael and David Bennett specialize in the latest state-of-the-art procedures. With single-visit crown restoration, tooth-colored fillings, and the new Zoom 2 teeth whitening system, they bring tomorrow's dentistry today. Call for your appointment today at 375-1414.
Doctors Michael and David Bennett are the official team dentists and proud sponsors of Orem Owlz Baseball.
Barber Brothers Mitsubishi in Orem offers the finest new and pre-owned vehicles at unbeatable prices. If you want to roam over the Wasatch Front with power and style, you can choose from the Outlander, Montero, or the Endeavor, 3 sporty and roomy SUVs. Or how about a convertible for the hot Orem summer? The new 2006 Eclipse Spider is the top of the heap in style, class, and luxury. To get away from the ordinary, stop by and at least test drive a Barber Brothers Mitsubishi today. Barber Brothers, West University in Orem.
We're going to the 6th here, and Anthony Sullivan getting ready for his third inning of work, and we will tell you about the rest of the Major League scores on the Same-Day Electric Major League Scoreboard segment update. Just gave you the Washington over Tampa Bay 6-2. Oakland and Arizona. Arizona getting the win there 3-1. Cleveland and Cincinnati. Cleveland doubling up the Reds 6-3 in the Battle of the Buckeye State. Colorado and Seattle in the bottom of the 10th at Seattle, tied at 2 apiece. Detroit blasted Pittsburgh in a slugger's fest 9-8. Houston and Texas a little bit later. Same with the Mets and Yankees on ESPN. First pitch from Sullivan outside, 1-0. St. Louis beat Kansas City 9-7, and the Cubs and White Sox in Chicago, the Windy City, wind blowing out at Wrigley, and 15-11. The Cubs beat the defending World Series champions. They're getting 2 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th to make the difference. 20 hits, 34 for both teams combined there in Chicago today. Fouled off to the right side, 0-2 now the count. Leading off here in the top of inning number 6 is Luis Castillo. He had the only RBI hit of the game in the 3rd inning. That's the difference, 1-0. 0-2 coming, low, 1-2. And that segment, the Owls are lighting up the scoreboard. Well, I can't really say that now. The 1-2 pitch coming, low and outside. The Owls are lighting up the scoreboard, but you should never get lit up by attempting to do your own home or business electrical work. Instead, call Same Day Electric. Let one of their professionally trained technicians take care of it for you. You can call them at 377-SAME. Outside and missing, so it was 0-2. And now Castillo has worked it full. And we're awaiting a 3-2 pitch from Anthony Sullivan here on the top of the 6th. That one's fouled and out of play to the right side. Late on the Sullivan fastball, and the 3-2 pitch coming again. Stay tuned for the University of Phoenix trivia question, the 7th inning. You can be the first caller to answer the question correctly at 801-310-9932. You will win 2 free tickets to any Owls home game. Reserve ticket vouchers. 3-2 missing outside and a leadoff walk for Castillo. And now Dickerson with a runner at first and nobody out. He's 0-for-2 with a fly out and a strikeout. 342 coming into today. 13 hits. 3 RBIs. Pitch from Sullivan. Back to the screen. It's just weird. We just have an abnormally crazy amount of foul balls. An 0-1 count with a runner at first here. Sullivan, the birthday boy on the mound, getting a new ball to work with. Looked sharp in his first 2 innings, coming in relief of Sean O'Sullivan, working the third here. Going from the stretch, the 0-1. This one's hit high to right center field, not very deep. Bourjos and Rivera, who wants it? The captain of the outfield, Bourjos, calls him off and takes it. 1 man out. Dickerson retired for the 3rd time tonight. A reminder about the first annual SummerSlam skills competition that the Owlz are putting on for high school players. Major League Scouts have been invited, and you can come and take part in it if you're a high school ball player on July 27th and 28th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here at the home of the Owls. And we will be contesting in 4 different divisions as the first pitch is low and in the dirt, 1-0. Accuracy throwing, distance throwing, time base running, and home run derby. The first annual SummerSlam skills competition called 377-BALL, 377-225, or log on to our website, oremowls.com, to find out more information. Sullivan coming home with a 1-0 pitch, called strike, 1-1. Number 8, Brennan Herrera at the plate. He didn't like that one. That's an ease on the inside corner. He thought it was a little too far in. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. This one's popped up. Foul. Kanazik's going to give chase. Does he have room back towards the screen? Yes, he does, and he puts it away. Good job of flipping off the mask and finding his way all the way back to the netted area beyond home plate at the backstop, feeling it out and squeezing it, and down goes Herrera. 2 men out now, and the runner Castillo still down at first base. And Oscar D. Gonzalez, the right fielder, 0 for 2 today. He's coming in, batting from the right side. Sporting number 9, the Chukars don't dress like their parent club, the Kansas City Royals. I don't know if I would want to dress like the Kansas City Royals. No royal blue for them. Instead, they go maroon on their away jerseys. Maroon, and their trim is navy, a very dark navy, as this pitch is coming low, but not the royal blue of the Kansas City Royals. 1-0 count to O.D. Gonzalez, and that has just been a struggling franchise for quite some time. Sullivan comes set, looking over his shoulder at Castillo at first. He's not going. This pitch is hit pretty well into center field. Bourjos is going back, but he's got room about 10 yards in front of the track out there in center field, and he puts it away. Sullivan shuts them down again. They leave a runner. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Barber Brothers Mitsubishi in Orem offers the finest new and pre-owned vehicles at unbeatable prices. If you want to roam over the Wasatch Front with power and style, you can choose from the Outlander, Montero, or the Endeavor, 3 sporty and roomy SUVs. Or how about a convertible for the hot Orem summer? The new 2006 Eclipse Spider is the top of the heap in style, class, and luxury. To get away from the ordinary, stop by and at least test drive a Barber Brothers Mitsubishi today. Barber Brothers, West University in Orem.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Owlz baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
The reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
Get every day off to a great start with the Daily Herald, Utah County's #1 newspaper. The Herald has you covered in every area, from local to world news and sports to classified. The Daily Herald has the most comprehensive and in-depth newspaper around. And of course, in addition to receiving the paper right to your door, you can also visit the Daily Herald online at hearttheherald.com. The Daily Herald, your town, your neighbors, your newspaper.
Bourjos and Mount, 8-9-1 due up here for the Owls, bottom of the 6th. And this game looking very much like last night as Pettit swings at a Gutierrez fastball at the letters, comes up empty 0-1. Last night the Owls trailing 1-0 going into the bottom of the 7th before Mount hit the homer to tie it. We got the dramatic win in the bottom of the last inning. Slider 0-2 to Pettit as he watched that one break across the knees on the outside part of the plate. His only other at bat against Cribb back in the 3rd. He lined out. This one's hit, but right at the shortstop, Nunez, and another line out. So 2 line outs to the shortstop, Nunez, for Chris Pettit. He's 0 for 2. At the bottom of the 6th, it's time, as always, for your Riverwoods Urgent Care Injury Update. Perez, broken wrist. He'll be there for a while. We don't know how long, though. Still waiting for a diagnosis. He was sent down to Arizona to have a doctor at extended spring training there at the Angel Spring Training site to take a look at him. It's the first pitch to Bourjos. He squares the bunt but pulls it back and takes a strike. Fastball over the outside corner, 0-1. So when we get info on Perez, we'll let you know. But he's going to be on the Riverwoods Urgent Care Injury Update probably for quite some time. 0-1 fastball caught the corner again. Bourjos looking at it, 0-2. And then Pellegrini, David Pellegrini, pitcher for the Owls, still has some shoulder soreness. Should be out for a couple more days before returning. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now that one's a little bit too far outside. 1-2, good eye there by Bourjos. Riverwoods Urgent Care is open 7 days a week from noon to midnight to assist you with everything you need. If you're sick, they're quick. There is no appointment necessary. 1-2 pitch. Grounded to the right side and through. A base hit. It took a top hop. The first baseman, Luis Castillo, may have had it had Bourjos not gotten a good bounce from the infield grass, and it hopped over his glove and into right field, and Bourjos is aboard with the second hit of the game for the Orem Owls. 1-5-1 for the Chukars, 0-2-1 for the Orem Owls, and Bourjos at first and Ryan Mount the batter. These two produced the only 2 runs last night. Mount got the homer, and then he got the double in the 9th before Bourjos got the game-winning single. That was all we would need, 2-1 after Diaz and his first start with the Owls pitched 7 very strong innings. Checking Bourjos back to first. He's diving back in safely. On the season, Bourjos has stolen 2 bases in 2 attempts. Obviously always a threat to steal. Started the season off in the leadoff position, and then switching there with Ryan Mount, who now is batting leadoff on a regular basis. But Bourjos, as we've told you all along, can run 60 yards in 6.45 seconds. He has 7 extra base hits, which is second in the Pioneer League in that category. 4 doubles and 3 triples for Peter Bourjos. Calling time now is the catcher Ross Boudreau, and going out there to have a word with Daniel Gutierrez. In comes Eduardo Nunez from short, and they'll converge on that on the mound and have a conference here before even throwing the first pitch to Ryan Mount, the shortstop, who is lined out and grounded out 0 for 2 today. Kind of feel, every time that I read one of these sponsor scripts, I kind of feel like, can't think of that guy's name, the really famous radio voice, Paul Harvey. Paul Harvey, that used to come on and always talk about all his products. The first pitch coming to Ryan Mount, grounded sharply to second. Could be 2, but the second baseman bobbles it and barely gets Mount at first. Had no chance at Bourjos running hard into second and sliding. If he had fielded it cleanly, it could have been a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play, but fortunately for the Owls, he bobbles it, and it works essentially like a bunt. And we have a runner in scoring position, but there are 2 men out. So Abel Nieves will be the batter, trying to get Bourjos in from second base. A single of any kind to the outfield should score him. Nieves 0 for 2 today. Waiting the first pitch from Gutierrez. Here it comes, the slider. Nieves backed up as if it was going to hit him, and it broke right across the plate, 0-1. Scott Kanazik on deck. Should Nieves reach? Coming set now, firing is Gutierrez. That's fouled back over our heads, 0-2. On the season so far for Nieves in the RBI department, he has 7 of them, which is tied with Gronkowski and Julio Perez, Tyler Johnson and Julio Perez, the injured Julio Perez, for the team lead with 7 RBIs. Bourjos off second, nobody holding him. And here comes the 0-2 pitch with 2 men out, just a bit outside. Gutierrez wanted the punch out, didn't get it from Birdsey. 1-2 count now on the Owls second baseman. Still searching for our first run here in the bottom of the 6th, trailing at 1-0 to the Chukars, just like last night at this time. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. A little bit low, 2-2 to Nieves. Again, good location, but just a little below the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Deuces, roll 'em. Bourjos off second again. Gutierrez, the 2-2 pitch. Slider misses outside. Good job by Nieves to stay off of it, and he's worked the count full. So Nieves, after getting in the hole 0-2, has worked this count full, and we will get a 3-2 pitch from Gutierrez, who's wiping off the mound with his right cleat, now putting the right cleat in front of the rubber. Left foot a little forward and in front of that. The ball's in the mitt, and he's set. Here comes the full count pitch to Nieves. Fouled. And to the on-deck batter, Scott Kanazik, off the inside part of the handle by Nieves. Good play there on the on-deck circle by the Owls catcher. At the end of last night's game, we had the lightning roll in and a chance for a shower, but it stayed away. The night before, we had the 35-minute rain delay. But today, I feel confident in playing meteorologist and saying that the skies are clear, there's nothing on the radar, and we should be good for the rest of this one. 3-2 coming. That's going to get into center field and down. Bourjos around third. Don't even throw it home. You don't have a chance. Cut off by the pitcher, and we are tied at 1. Good piece of hitting there by Abel Nieves, and way to be patient. And now he leads the team in RBIs with 7. A great job of, after getting down 0-2, working that count full, waiting for his pitch. He got a breaking ball and sent it into center field, dropped in front of Dickerson, and we have tied it, and it's just looking more and more similar to last night. Instead of getting the run in the bottom of the 7th, the Owls have tied it in the bottom of the 6th. Nieves now on first with the RBI single, and the catcher, Scott Kanazik, in there from the right side. Pitches high, 1-0 to Kanazik from Brown Mills, New Jersey. He and Sullivan, the birthday boy, both up there. They like to share New York City stories. Sullivan, who went to college in Jamaica, Queens. And this is a single into center field. Nieves is going to round second and head for third. Dickerson's going to bobble the ball in center field and not even have a chance to come up and throw Nieves out at third base. So now the runners are at the corners, and the Owls have a chance to take a lead here in the home half of the 6th. A single by Kanazik. 4 hits on the game now for the Owls, and things are looking much, much brighter than when Josh Cribb was on the mound. A few innings ago, Gutierrez has given up the Owls' first run and 3 hits here. This inning, runners at the corners and 2 men out, and that's going to get a visit out to the mound from Jose Bautista. Also in his 3rd year with the club, like their manager Brian Rupp, Bautista, the pitching coach. And he spent some time in the major leagues, did Bautista. A very, very good pitching coach. He pitched for several clubs in the major leagues. Made his major league debut on April 9th in '88. And he pitched for the Cubs, Giants, Detroit, St. Louis, and the Mets, who he started his career with back in '88. So Bautista, no stranger to the pitching mound, but he retreats after talking to his hurler, Gutierrez. The runner off first, Kanazik. Off third, Nieves, who had the RBI single that brought in Bourjos. And here's the pitch to Luis Rivera, called strike inside corner. Rivera has one of the Owls' 4 hits. He singled for the first hit of the game in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. That breeze still blowing out briskly to left. 2 home runs on the season for Rivera. He is a long ball threat in the cleanup spot. That slider looked way outside, but Birdsey called it a strike, 0-2. Stay tuned for the University of Phoenix trivia question coming up next inning your chance to win 2 free tickets to any Owlz home game. By calling 801-310-9932, we'll give the answer in the top half, or question in the top half. Wouldn't make much sense to give it. Well, if we were playing Jeopardy, we could do it that way. Give the question in the top half, the answer in the bottom half after we get a winner. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Outside, a 1-2 to Rivera. Right-hander Gutierrez collecting himself behind the hill. Now putting the right foot in front of the rubber and coming set. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. This one tipped to right field. Is it going to get down? Charging is Gonzalez and making a diving catch to prevent another run from coming home. Rivera just flicked it off the end of the bat to right field. Gonzalez charged and made an outstanding diving catch to keep this game tied at 1 apiece. So, the Owls get the equalizer as we head to the 7th frame. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Phone Directories Company is proud to be the official phone directory of the Orem Owls. We cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our phone book has everything you need, from menu guides, money-saving coupons, area maps, recreation information, and our new audio information line. Let us make the difference in your business. Advertise today. Phone Directories Company, great people, great books, great results. For advertising info, call 1-866-58-GO-PDC. Looking to get in shape for cheap? Look no further than Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Located on South Main, Dumbbells Gym offers monthly memberships for just $20. And if you sign up for 6 months, that price drops to just $10 a month. Nobody along the Wasatch Front can match these unbeatable prices. And this isn't some corporate workout place. It's a local, family-owned gym with no contracts or gimmicks whatsoever. Call Dumbbells Gym today at 465-5633 or log on to dumbbellsgym.com for more information.
In baseball, the American dream is to make it to the big show and become a pro. Another American dream is to become a homeowner. It's easy. Give the pros at American Dream Mortgage a call. Whether it's your first home or just moving up to fit the family, American Dream Mortgage can get you into the game. Ask about debt consolidation plans, great rates, and low closing costs. Step up to the plate and call American Dream Mortgage at 227-5061. That's 227-5061. Hit a home run and start living the American dream.
We go to the 7th. Anthony Sullivan out there again for his 4th inning of relief work after Sean O'Sullivan started it and gave up 1 run in the top of the 3rd, and the Owls trailed it 1-0. But after we got rid of their starter, Josh Cribb, who set down the only 12 men he faced through 4 innings, worked a perfect 4 innings, but again had a pitch count here today. He left the game because this was his first start since June 2nd, and Gutierrez coming in relief, and the Owls got a run in the bottom of the 6th, the last frame to tie this thing at 1-1. Sullivan throwing the first pitch here to start off the 7th to Eduardo Nunez, a called strike 0-1. And after this pitch, we will give you the University of Phoenix trivia question here. The pitch coming, swing and a miss, 0-2, good fastball. So you can call 801-310-9932. Of course, if you're in the Orem area, you only have to dial 310-9932. If you're outside, 801-310-9932, the call to make for the trivia question. And the question is, what is the most runs scored in 1/2 inning in Major League Baseball history? You don't have to give us the team name or the year. That would be a plus. But what are the most runs scored in a 1/2 inning as the ground ball goes to Ryan Mount up across, 1 out here in the 7th. 6-3 on the putout. The most runs scored in 1/2 inning in Major League Baseball history. Call us at 801-310-9932. 801-310-9932 to win 2 free ticket vouchers to any Owlz home game. That is your University of Phoenix trivia question. Pitch coming from Sullivan, fouled back to the screen, 0-1. So Nunez is retired, 6-3, nobody on, 1 man out, and Ross Boudreaux the catcher. Boudreaux, a French name, Boudreaux. Kind of like Luc Robitaille, a French-Canadian who was in the ballpark with us last night and stopped by with us for an inning in the 3rd. and a great stand-up guy. Spent 18 years in the NHL. What a superstar he was. 8-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year winner, Stanley Cup winner, the all-time leading goal scorer from the left wing position. Not a very bad career for him. Here comes the 0-2 to Boudreaux from Sullivan. A change-up fouled. He was ahead of it down to the left side and into that Owlz bullpen, where we have, I believe, Felipe Arredondo warming up. The man with that crazy slider that breaks like nothing that I have seen at this level. Here comes the pitch from Sullivan, called strike 3. Boudreaux's going to argue, but he's out on strikes, and now he walks back to the dugout. 2 men out, nobody on. Good pitch by Sullivan, locating the fastball there at the knees on the outside part of the plate for the 0-2 strikeout, and Alvy Morales, who's grounded out in the first, got a single in the third, struck out in the fifth. He's 1 for 3, and he's coming to the plate. The left-handed batter, 5'11", 160, a small guy in the leadoff spot. Very, very, very speedy. This is his 4th professional season. And the first pitch from Sullivan is low, 1-0. So that University of Phoenix trivia question. Call 801-310-9932 to win 2 free ticket vouchers. Swing and a miss, 1-1 to any Owlz home game. What is the most runs scored in 1/2 inning in Major League Baseball history? 310-9932. The 1-1 pitch coming. Inside, a little bit too far, 2-1. And Chucker, I told you, the Idaho Falls Chukars, I'm still on Wikipedia here looking up some crazy facts about the bird. That is the mascot of the Idaho Falls, as a 2-1 pitch is laced into center field by Morel. He has his second hit of the ball game. Did you know that the Chukar, spelled Chuker, is the national bird of Pakistan? Yes. So maybe they should be the Pakistan Chukars. The Chukar is the national bird of the country of Pakistan, and it is from the pheasant family, and it is a game bird. As Sullivan checks Morel back to first, diving back in safely. Merton's the batter. He's doubled, he's singled, he's reached on an air, and he's been on a tear since joining these Chukars. Just a couple of games ago, already racking up 9 hits. That one's inside, almost hit him on the shoulder. 1-0 the count. Thank you for joining us as always. Brandon Gaudin, you're listening to Orem Owlz Baseball on AM 960 KOVO Provo. The 1-0 pitch coming. Swing and a miss, 1-1, good high fastball. You can email us your questions and comments at radio@oremowlz.com. radio@oremowlz.com. Anything you want to say, don't be shy. Step up to the plate. Checking the runner back at first, almost got it. Diving back safely is Morel. Sullivan looked very unsettled on the mound. That was an attempted unsettled look to try and throw the pickoff move over there at first, and he does it again, but now diving back in safe. Not a close play this time. Morel in easily. Told you Morel, speedy, a threat to steal. 1 stolen base so far this year only for the leadoff hitters. That one's fouled back. 1-2. Sullivan's been throwing a lot of strikes, as did O'Sullivan, and on their side, Cribb and Gutierrez. All 4 pitchers throwing great breaking stuff and good fastballs, and it's been a pitcher's duel on both sides to this point. 1-1 in the top of the 7th. Idaho Falls does have a runner at first. And Alvy Morel and Kurt Mertens at the plate. Here comes the 1-2. It's a pitch out, nothing doing, and now a 2-2 count. That worked last time when Herrera was at first base. The pitch out on 1-0, and we threw down and got Herrera as Gronkowski applied the tag, but not this time. This 1-2 pitch is fouled right at the plate and actually bounced up and hit the shoulder of the batter, Mertens. Sullivan going back out. Sullivan, in addition to throwing the 4-seam fastball that pops around from about 88 to 94 miles per hour, and I told you that he has a great changeup, he also throws a mix between the slider and the curve, which they call the slurve. Breaks like a curveball, spins like a slider. Here's the pitch. Runner not going, and again, this one's fouled back. This is a pretty deep foul ball and going to give us a chance to get a Glass Savers Comic Relief clip.
Do you want to synthesize your milk for a quarter more? Want me to punch-size your face for free?
It's Comic Relief clip brought to you by your friends at Glass Savers. Visit Glass Savers in Linden for anything glass-related on your automobile. Fouled back to the screen again. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, deuces, roll 'em. Here from the home of the Owls on a sunny Sunday evening. Working quickly, only an hour and a half into this one and in the top of the 7th. And last night's game only 2 hours and 15 minutes long. Sullivan set. Here comes the pitch. Good breaking ball. Got him. Down looking is Mertens. He didn't offer at it. He thought it was low. Birdsey punches him out, and they leave a runner at first due to Chukars. It's stretch time, tied at 1. You're listening to Owls Baseball on 960 AM The Zone.
Phone Directories Company is proud to be the official phone directory of the Orem Owls. We cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our phone book has everything you need, from menu guides, money-saving coupons, area maps, recreation information, and our new audio information line. Let us make the difference in your business. Advertise today. Phone Directories Company, great people, great books, great results. For advertising info, call 1-866-58-GO-PDC. Dumbbells Gym, a locally owned workout facility in Payson with the cheapest prices along the Wasatch Front, has recently launched a new website, vitaminsfordummies.com. Vitaminsfordummies.com is home to over 10,000 health products and workout supplements at simply unbeatable prices, delivered right to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your home. That's Vitamins for Dummies, DUMMYS. Vitamins for Dummies, a product of Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Log on today.
Advanced Dental Care is your center of cosmetic and laser dentistry. Advanced Dental Care is where Doctors Michael and David Bennett specialize in the latest state-of-the-art procedures. With single-visit crown restoration, tooth-colored fillings, and the new Zoom 2 teeth whitening system, they bring tomorrow's dentistry today. Call for your appointment today at 375-1414.
Doctors Michael and David Bennett are the official team dentists and proud sponsors of Orem Owls Baseball.
Bottom of the 7th, it'll be Johnson, Phillips, and Gronkowski as we try and break this a 1-1 tie and take the lead here against Idaho Falls. Gutierrez back out there, and his pitch to Tyler Johnson's a fastball that misses high and in. And we have a winner on the University of Phoenix trivia question. The question was, what is the most runs scored in one half inning in Major League Baseball history? As the 1-0 pitch comes and it's fouled down the left side past manager Tom Kochman, 1-1 the count. The most runs scored in one half inning in Major League Baseball history. Andrew Santana in Provo answered it correctly. 17 by the Boston Red Sox on June 18th of 1953, and they were playing the Tigers. 17 runs, the most scored in a half inning in MLB history. Johnson coming up empty on a 1-1 slider. 1-2 pitch coming, and this one's hit pretty high and deep to left field. Going back is Morrell. Track, wall, looking up, forget about it. A solo shot for Johnson, and we are winning this one 2-1. And he got all of that one. The wind that was blowing out to left has died down over the last inning. That was all muscle by Johnson. Morrell went back to the wall, looked up, and had absolutely no play. It's gone off the berm, and the Owls have a 2-1 lead. Johnson's first home run in an Owls uniform. It comes off Daniel Gutierrez here at the bottom of the 7th. And now the first pitch to P.J. Phillips misses high and in. And the University of Phoenix trivia question that was just given, visit them at phoenix.edu/Utah. They have over 5 Utah locations to provide you with convenient class times, and they are flexible for any schedule. They have the most extensive online library for higher learning here in the state. The 2-0 pitch coming. Foul to the right side, 2-1. Visit them at phoenix.edu/Utah tonight. And thank you to Andrew Santana in Provo for calling. He gets 2 free Owls ticket vouchers to any game that he would like to come to, any home game of the 2006 season. The 2-1 pitch coming. This one's fouled to the right side again. Phillips just catching it off the end of the bat on the slider from Gutierrez. And 2-2 will be the count. We're at the bottom of the 7th where the Owls, who couldn't get anything going in the first 4 innings off their starter, Josh Cribb, have scored 2 off Daniel Gutierrez, the most recent one coming just this batter ago. Tyler Johnson getting the solo home run to left center field to give your Orem squad a 2-1 lead. The wind of the 2-2 pitch to Phillips. A little bit outside, full count. Behind Phillips, Gronkowski, then Pettit and Bourjos. Phillips told you the high draft pick last year, 2005, second round. From Atlanta, he was the Journal-Constitution Player of the Year for that state. As the 3-2 is low, they check down to first base to see if Alex Ortiz thinks that Phillips went around on his check swing. No, he did not, says Ortiz. And down to first base with a walk goes Phillips. Still nobody out, so hopefully we can give the Owls bullpen some more insurance runs, leading it just 2-1 now off the Tyler Johnson home run. The batter, Gordy Gronkowski. 2 pop-outs with his recent tear. He's increased his average from 240 to 360. And he awaits the first pitch here from Gutierrez, does the big 6'6" right-hander. Fouls it off, 0-1. The Owls still lead the entire league in strikeouts at 132, but their pitchers also have struck out more batters, just 1 below Ogden for the league lead. So we strike out a lot of batters, but we also strike out a lot. But as long as we can continue winning, I guess it really doesn't matter. This 0-1 has just hit a mile high on the infield. The shortstop Nunez and second baseman Mertens there. Camp under it. Could have roasted a couple marshmallows if they wanted to. Nunez squeezes it. And down goes Gronkowski. 1 man out here, the first out in the bottom of the 7th, and Chris Pettit, he's a long ball threat. He hit the home run a couple of nights ago in Ogden in that losing effort after the Owls got up 4-0 on his blast. And then went on to lose that one 13-4. They got 7 unearned runs, did Ogden, in the second inning. Pettit's lined out twice to the shortstop tonight. Runner going hit and run, foul ball. Phillips moving on the play. But it's fouled to the left side, 0-1. Phillips has stolen a base on the season. He's also been caught stealing once. Total for the Owls, 14 stolen bases in 5 times that they've been caught and put out on the base paths trying to advance. As Pettit stands back in there, Phillips gets a pretty good size lead at first with Castillo holding him on. Now they're going to throw over there to check him and keep him honest and close. He dives back in safely. Francisco Matos, as always, the first base coach, and manager Tom Kochman, the third base coach down there in the box in foul territory on the left field line. And here comes the 0-1 pitch from Gutierrez. Runner going again, another hit and run. This one misses, but it's thrown into center field, and P.J. Phillips tries to get up and head to third, but a good job by Dickerson to back that ball up in center field and sliding head first. P.J. Phillips couldn't get up quick enough and head to third. It was a swinging miss by Pettit, so now he's in the hole 0-2. And a wide throw of the second baseman covering Kurt Mertens by the catcher Boudreaux. If it was dead on, they probably could have had Phillips on the hit and run, who got a late jump. Instead, he's at second base with 1 man out, and the Owls threatening to add to this 2-1 lead. Behind Pettit, Peter Bourjos. Nobody holding Phillips. And the 0-2 pitch coming. Breaking ball that misses outside, 1-2. Folks, you can get all of your Owls merchandise right here at the stadium at the Perch Store along the third base side of the concourse here, or at OremOwlz.com. You don't even have to leave your home. Just hop on the computer, OremOwlz.com. All of your Owls merchandise. Gutierrez looking in, taking a long time to come up with an agreement with Boudreaux, the catcher, and now Pettit's going to step out. Pettit steps back in now and ready. But Boudreaux still hasn't found his sign. Now he comes set. Does Gutierrez, and firing the 1-2 pitch, and this one's hit right at the first baseman, Castillo. It's going to give Phillips a chance to advance to third. Castillo tags out Pettit at first. 2 men out, and the Owls' third run is 90 feet away, and Peter Bourjos, the hero from last night and the night before, will step up. He's at a single in 2 attempts. He's 1 for 2. And with that single, 18 hits on the season for Bourjos. 5 RBIs. Or I guess nowadays the correct way to say that is RBI, or runs batted in instead of runs batted ins, as Bourjos fouls it back to the screen, 0-1. Ryan Mount on deck should Bourjos reach. P.J. Phillips leading off the third base. He would be the Owls' third run of the game. They now lead it 2-1. Here comes the 0-1. Low bounces in front of the catcher, Boudreaux, and then pops out in front of him a few feet. The pitcher, Gutierrez, actually will come all the way in and field it. Phillips not being able to advance, though, staying down there at third base. And Gutierrez not working nearly as quickly, kind of taking his sweet time here after Cribb worked so quickly through those 4 innings. And I'm not talking about the amount of batters faced, but just the time taken in between pitches. Comes set. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Peter Bourjos. Swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball, 1-2. Bourjos swung a little ahead of it. 2 men out. Phillips at third. Now Bourjos back in. Gives the bat a couple of twirls, puts it above his shoulder, and time called by the catcher, Boudreaux. Still group barbecues available, great for corporate, family, church outings, just $15 a head for all you can eat. You can stuff your face. Call 377-BALL, 377-2255 to reserve your group barbecue today. The 1-2 coming to Bourjos, fouled back, and out of play, 1-2. And the group barbecues involve chicken, brats, hamburgers, dogs, you name it, they've got it. They've got all you can eat for just $15 a head. Bring your group out to a home Owls game. We will be back here after this road trip coming up after tomorrow night's game. Is the 1-2 pitch coming now to Bourjos, called strike 3, and the inning is over. But the solo jack by Tyler Johnson gives us a 2-1 lead. I'll tell you more about the Owls' upcoming home schedule when we get back on 960 AM The Zone.
Thinking of adding that special touch to your yard, something that will make a dramatic statement and add countless years of enjoyment? Then contact Awesome Waterfalls. Our craftsmen specialize in high-quality recreated rockwork and landscape designs of all shapes and sizes. While we're well known for our stunning waterfalls, we also remove pools, install vinyl and chain link fencing, sell topsoil, install sprinklers, and more, providing complete landscaping services for 20 years. Find out more at awesomewaterfalls.com.
Employers and employees are looking for the same thing, a good match. Idaho Employment Services provides qualified job applicants to businesses throughout the area. Our consultants match the best candidates to the best companies, saving both time and money. So whether you're looking for a great career or a great employee, call Idaho, the world's staffing leader. Find us in your yellow pages or give us a call at 801-764-9882. Idaho Employment Services. Chances are we already have the opening or the employee you're looking for.
Hi, this is Owlz broadcaster Brandon Gaudin. To get rid of our remaining commercial airtime, we are selling our final spots for as little as $15 a piece. For just $15, your company can reach everyone in Utah County on 960 AM. Call 377-BALL and ask for Media Relations to schedule your commercial airtime today. Or you can email radio@oremowls.com. That's 377-BALL, 377-2255, or radio@oremowls.com.
bringing you into the 8th inning there, Mr. Roboto. And the Owls having a 2-1 lead, which was the final score last night. And Felipe Arredondo, the new pitcher for the Owls, going to try and keep it there. He's firing a 1-0 that's hit hard down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone, but it is a foul ball. Foul by a few yards, and fortunately for the Owls, it was foul, or else that would have tied it off the bat of Jace Turner, the third hitter in the Chukars order, who's 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. Arredondo, number 34, the 4-1-1 on him. He's 6'4", 238 from Mexico, a free agent signing in 2004, and done very well for the Owls so far this season. Has not given up a run in 4 pitching efforts. And his last outing in Ogden was a big one on the 30th when he came in the bottom of the 13th inning with the Owls leading 5-4 after they got the lead in the top half, bases loaded, and he struck out all 3 batters of the Ogden Raptors to keep that score at 5-4 and get the victory. And now he's in here with a 2-2 count after throwing a great slider that Turner did not offer at for a strike. The count's now 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Another slider fouled back to the screen. His slider is his go-to, and it has more break. I would definitely say more break as far as any pitcher on the Owls roster that I've seen. It's just an incredible thing to watch, sitting right behind this pitcher, Arredondo. That one misses outside, but that slider just hangs outside, and then at the very last moment has a crazy break across the plate. The 3-2, he threw it there and got him over the outside corner, just what I'm talking about. Turner didn't think so. The ball looked a mile outside, broke at the last second, caught the plate, and Turner's out on strikes for the second time tonight. 1 strikeout for Arredondo. He also has a very good fastball, and then he throws the changeup, and sometimes he'll throw an overhand curve. This fastball misses outside to Luis Castillo, the first baseman, who has walked twice and had an RBI single, the Chukars' only RBI tonight. This one's hit right back to Arredondo on a hop. He fields and flips to Gronkowski, and there are 2 men away. 1-3 on the putout here in the top of the 8th. And Arredondo, let's see how many men he struck out. He has struck out a team-leading 11 men on the season, and he's a reliever, not even a starter. Although he has pitched 8 innings. Striking out 11 men, and now 12 with the 1 here tonight. Swing and a miss. There goes that slider past Dickerson, the center fielder, who's 0 for 3. And still wanting to give out the Jack and Jill Bowling strikeout of the game. Hopefully we can get it here. Kanazik doesn't catch that slider cleanly. Rolls a few feet behind him, 1-1 the count now. Arredondo from the wind, a 1-1 pitch. That slider stays outside, 2-1. Phillips, the third baseman, even with the bag. In case Dickerson may lay down a surprise bunt. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. We're 1 strike away from giving out the Jack and Jill Bowling strikeout of the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit into center field. We'll have to wait to the 9th to get it out. The Jack and Jill Bowling strikeout of the game is Peter Bourjos in mid-range center field. Squeezes it. 1-2-3 they go. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the Owls clinging to a 2-1 lead. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Hey, Owls fans. Dave Adams Classic Auto Repair is the premier collision repair specialist in Utah County. They have 3 locations, 1 in Lehigh, 2 in Orem. Any accident, fender bender, paint, or body work to be done, Dave Adams is the place to do it. Dave Adams is donating a car to charity. Go by any Dave Adams location or stop by the Booster Club booth at any Owls home game before August 15th for details. Dave Adams Classic Auto Repair wishes the Orem Owls good luck, and go Owls!
Oh, what a game!
Phone Directories Company is proud to be the official phone directory of the Orem Owls. We cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our phone book has everything you need, from menu guides, money-saving coupons, area maps, recreation information, and our new audio information line. Let us make the difference in your business. Advertise today. Phone Directories Company, great people, great books, great results. For advertising info, call 1-866-58-GO-PDC.
When it comes to firearms, bearing arms is your right. Gun safety is your responsibility. Never fire rounds into the air for any occasion. Store your firearms out of the reach of children, and always use trigger locking devices in gun safes. A community service reminder from Sportsman's Warehouse, where they offer a complete line of quality hunting, fishing, and camping supplies. Visit them on South University Avenue in Provo, or see them online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter.
A new pitcher for the Idaho Falls Chukars as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Owls having a 2-1 lead, and the new pitcher is Daniel Best. So we go from Gutierrez to Best and Ryan Mount. The second pitch he sees from Best, he grounds to the second baseman Mertens, who fires to first, but speedy Ryan Mount almost beat it out as Mertens almost took too much time at second, but Mount is retired. 4-3 on the putout. Daniel Best in relief of Daniel Gutierrez played his college ball at Southern Mississippi from Ruston, Louisiana. The product of this year's draft in the 14th round of 2006. 6'3", 170 for the right-hander who throws sidearm, and this sidearm pitch is grounded right back to him off the bat of Abel Nieves. Best takes it, throws it to first. Castillo on the bag, and that's out number 2, and we're working quickly here in the bottom of the 8th. Looking ahead to the 9th inning where Arredondo will be coming out to try and close it for the Owls and grab the save. It will be Herrera, Gonzalez, and Nunez. Only one hit between them tonight off the bat of Herrera. The sideline fastball to Kanazik is outside. 1-0. Kanazik a single in 3 trips. And the 1-0 pitch coming. This one's tapped weakly to the second baseman, Mertens. On to first, and Best worked a very, very quick 1-2-3 inning, throwing just 6 pitches. So we go to the top of the 9th. Come back with us. We're going to close the door on the Chukars and take first place all by ourselves in the Southern Division of the Pioneer League. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Are you planning on entertaining in your home? Do you find yourself crossing your fingers that just this once your sink will drain and your toilet won't act up? Well, uncross those fingers and call Healy Plumbing. Since 1978, we've specialized in residential and commercial drain cleaning, hot water heaters, and sewer cameras for thorough inspections. We even install water softeners. So call Healy Plumbing today at 798-3513 and watch your troubles go down the drain. Healy Plumbing, proud sponsor of your Orem Owls.
Advanced Dental Care is your center of cosmetic and laser dentistry. Advanced Dental Care is where Doctors Michael and David Bennett specialize in the latest state-of-the-art procedures. With single-visit crown restoration, tooth-colored fillings, and the new Zoom 2 teeth whitening system, they bring tomorrow's dentistry today. Call for your appointment today at 375-1414.
Doctors Michael and David Bennett are the official team dentists and proud sponsors of Orem Owlz Baseball.
In baseball, the American dream is to make it to the big show and become a pro. Another American dream is to become a homeowner. It's easy. Give the pros at American Dream Mortgage a call. Whether it's your first home or just moving up to fit the family, American Dream Mortgage can get you into the game. Ask about debt consolidation plans, great rates, and low closing costs. Step up to the plate and call American Dream Mortgage at 227-5061. That's 227-5061. Hit a home run and start living the American dream.
We go to the 9th with the Owls leading at 2-1. It'll be Herrera, Gonzalez, and Nunez. A quick look at the Pioneer League scoreboard. Great Falls leading Billings 4-3. That one's in the 5th. Casper and Ogden 3-0. Ogden claiming the lead there. First pitch. Great slider as Herrera ducked his head. Thought it was going to hit him. Nope. Broke right across the plate for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. Another slider. So Ogden up 3-0 in the 7th on Casper, and Missoula leading Helen at 3-1 in inning number 3. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Barely. He swung at the last second and barely fouled it off down the third base line. Same Day Electric, proud to support Owlz baseball as always, and they would love to support you with any of your home or business electrical needs. Visit them at SameDayElectric.com or 377-SAME. There you go. Strike three. That's the Jack and Jill Bowling strike out of the game. Down goes Herrera on an Arredondo slider. You can visit Jack and Jill Lanes in American Fork, and if you can tell them that this strikeout occurred in the 9th inning of the Idaho Falls game on the 2nd of July, you will get the free game of bowling with the purchase of another. Now he throws a fastball, does Arredondo, by O.D. Gonzalez, 0-1. It's valid all summer long except for Thunder Alley. Jack and Jill Bowling, simply the best bowling around. 0-2 grounded to P.J. Phillips on one hop across the diamond. 5-3 on the putout, and we are 1 out away from taking game number 2 of this 3-game set. Nobody on, 2 men out, and a pinch hitter coming to the plate now for the Idaho Falls Chukars. It will be number 6, Matt Maurizio. He's a left-handed batter, 6'2", 210 from Waltham, Massachusetts. And he is the Chukars' final hope here in the 9th. First pitch from Arredondo, fastball right down Broadway, 0-1. Stay tuned for the Dumbbells Gym post-game recap right after this one. The 0-1 pitch, slider, called strike 2. Gosh, Arredondo, he just looks sharper and sharper every time he takes the mound. And the crowd on their feet here as their Owls looking for another victory. 0-2, that one missed outside. It would be our second 2-1 victory in as many nights. It took us the bottom of the 9th to get it last night off Peter Bourjos' RBI single that brought in Mount. Here comes the 1-2 from Arredondo. Hit into right center field and pretty deep. Going back is Rivera. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It hits off the top of the wall. He fires it back in, and into second with a stand-up double goes Maurizio, and he missed tying this ball game with 2 strikes in the top of the 9th by about 3 feet. It hit off the very top, or close to the very top, of the American Family Insurance sign in right center field. Wow. And everyone can breathe a sigh of relief, and we're not out of this thing yet, but at least that ball didn't sneak out of here. And now there's going to be a pinch runner. It's going to be number 15, Brett Bigler, who led off last night. A fast runner in Bigler, who's stolen 4 bases already this season. Of course, probably not going to send him here, at least. If they did, they wouldn't be very smart. But he's at second base with 2 men out. And Ross Boudreau, now the batter, the catcher, after the double off the bat of pinch hitter Maurizio. Arredondo settling down and firing. A good slider that caught the outside part of the plate. 0-1 to Boudreau. Boudreau has struck out. A bunt pop out back to the pitcher Sullivan in the 5th. And he grounded out against O'Sullivan back in the 3rd. Checks his runner at second. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 1 strike away. But we were 1 strike away before Maurizio doubled off the wall. That's not going to happen here again. We're going to get out of this thing. 2-1 the lead for the Owls in the top of the 9th. 2 men out. An 0-2 count. Arredondo coming set. Checking his runner at second, and this one's fouled back to the screen. Actually just a little above the screen and off the roof and making a very loud clank here. On press row. Rowdy press row. Home plate umpire Jason Birdsey dusting off the plate so he can see it cleanly. He holds up his fingers saying it's 0-2. Arredondo knows the count. He's coming set. Here's the pitch. Oh, just foul. Barely got a piece of it, did Boudreau. The catcher staying alive. He's 2 for 12, 2 for 15 with today's at-bats on the season. Just above 100 for Boudreau. He has struck out twice. Arredondo trying to make that 3 times. Here comes the 0-2. This one's popped foul. Back and out of play on the third base side. Trying to take game 2 of this set. The Owls get this one, which it looks like we will. We will be in sole possession of first place in the Pioneer League South at 9-4. Arredondo checks the runner at second. Here's the 0-2. Foul back to the screen again. The 3rd straight foul ball, and we'll do it all over. And just killing us, waiting in anticipation for Arredondo to close the door here and get the save. Arredondo's ready. Boudreau, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball game over. Down on strikes goes Boudreau. Arredondo gets the save, and the Owls win it once again, 2-1. And we'll be back with a post-game recap for Dumbbells Gym. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Dumbbells Gym, a locally owned workout facility in Payson with the cheapest prices along the Wasatch Front, has recently launched a new website, vitaminsfordummies.com. Vitaminsfordummies.com is home to over 10,000, yes, 10,000 health products and workout supplements at simply unbeatable prices, delivered right to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your home. That's Vitamins for Dummies, DUMMYS. Vitamins for Dummies, a product of Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Log on today. Barber Brothers Mitsubishi in Orem offers the finest new and pre-owned vehicles at unbeatable prices. If you want to roam over the Wasatch Front with power and style, you can choose from the Outlander, Montero, or the Endeavor, 3 sporty and roomy SUVs. Or how about a convertible for the hot Orem summer? The new 2006 Eclipse Spider is the top of the heap in style, class, and luxury. To get away from the ordinary, stop by and at least test drive a Barber Brothers Mitsubishi today. Barber Brothers, West University in Orem.
And catch your favorite minor league team on the web at MILB.com, where it's fun to be a fan. Get in the game and get live scores, news, standings, schedules, tickets, and more. And suit up in team gear from the MILB Shop, the official online shop of minor league baseball. Join the millions of fans who just can't get enough of the game at MILB.com. There's nothing minor about it. It's where minor league baseball is always on.
Coming at you live, Dumbbells Gym post-game recap here from the home of the Owls, where we didn't even have to play the bottom of the ninth tonight. We got another 2-1 victory. Tyler Johnson's home run in the bottom of the seventh gave us the 2-1 lead. Arredondo came on, pitched the eighth and ninth, striking out 3 of the 7 men he faced, and the Owls win it 2-1. Wasn't looking good early. They started Josh Cribb, the Clemson star, who just signed with them and came in from the College World Series. His first start tonight, he went 4 innings and set down 12 straight Owls, the only 12 that he would face. But being on a pitch count and inning count, he was out of the game after 4, and Daniel Gutierrez came in. Gutierrez gave up the first Owls run in the bottom of the 6th that tied it at 1 apiece, and then in the bottom of the 7th with Gutierrez still pitching at a 1-1 count to Tyler Johnson, the DH, who took that 1-1 fastball over the left center field wall and gave the Owls a 2-1 lead that they would never relinquish. Felipe Arredondo, as I said, worked the 8th and 9th. There was a scare there in the top of the 9th frame, as with 2 men out, and the pinch hitter Maurizio at the plate, 2 strikes, and he threw him a slider, and Maurizio banged it off the right center field wall about 3 feet away from tying this thing, but fortunately 3 feet was enough, and baseball is a game of inches, remember. So he stood at second base, and Felipe Arredondo threw the 1-2 slider past Ross Boudreaux to end this ball game and send your Orem Owls to 9-4 on the season. And with that victory, we stand alone along the Pioneer League South, along top the Pioneer League South at 9-4. Idaho Falls drops to 8-4. They're a game back. Going ahead, and we'll take a peek here in a second at the scoreboard from the rest of the Pioneer League, as Ogden came into today at 6-6, and Casper struggling on the season, 2-10 coming into today's game, and Ogden and Idaho Falls are playing each other. It appears that Ogden is well set to get a victory there, leading at 4-0 in the 8th inning. So if they hang on, Ogden would still just be 2 games back of the Orem Owls and 1 game back. Idaho Falls in 3rd place. Casper would drop to 2-11 and fall 7 games behind, and this only being the 13th day of the Pioneer League season. So looking ahead to the schedule, tomorrow night, right here, the home of the Owls, we finish this 3-game set here at home against the Chukars. At 7:05, we'll go on the air at 7 o'clock, and then we go to Idaho Falls for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And before going to Casper for a 2-game set on Friday and Saturday, we get the 9th of July off. Yippee! Before getting right back into the action. At home for a big homestand, the 10th through the 16th of July. As always, you can get your tickets in 3 places. And if you've been listening all season long, you should have them memorized. I'll tell you again in case you don't. You can get them at our website, OremOwls.com, any Smith Tix location, or right here at the stadium box office. Sean O'Sullivan got the start, went 3 innings, gave up just 1 run. It was earned, his first run of the entire season that he's given up. 4 hits, and he struck out 3. Now, I'm not sure why he left the game after 3 innings. I thought that he was going to go more than that. He wasn't at a high pitch count by any means. I don't know if he just wasn't feeling well, if maybe something was tender or sore. We'll try and check on that here as I go down to the locker room after the game and get more information on that tomorrow. Hopefully O'Sullivan okay. He looked good through 3 innings. Anthony Sullivan came in on his birthday in relief to pitch a solid 4 innings to get the win as the Owls took the lead in the bottom of the 7th, which was the last inning that Anthony pitched. So he will get the victory on his 22nd birthday. Happy birthday to you, Anthony, and Felipe Arredondo will get the save for his 2 innings of relief work. So come back and join us tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We'll go on the air. First pitch right here at the stadium, 7:05. Come out and join us. You're listening to Orem Owls Baseball all season long on AM 960 KOVO Provo. Thanks as always. Ty Stark back in the studio doing a wonderful job playing the music bumps and the Glass Savers comic relief clips. My name is Brandon Gaudin. We will see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Orem Owls Baseball on 960 AM The Zone. The Owls would like to thank all their sponsors for their support. Be sure to tune in next time to catch more exciting Orem Owls Baseball live with Brandon Gaudin. Catch the Owls all season long right here on 960 AM The Zone. Pre-game starts at 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 4 p.m. on Sunday. For a complete game and broadcast schedule, just log on to owlsbaseball.com. Thank you and good night.